Hi everyone, it's Vershi again. Today we're gonna talk about another sample test for IELTS speaking. Uh, uh, if you accidentally watching this video right now, this is more a personal practice. And if you would like to continue watching this type of video, is maybe a sample of band 6 answers. And here I am practicing another sample test for the IELTS. So I got some questions for practice. It's a 3-part questions, and let's start it with part 1. For part 1, after you getting your information, personal information ready to your examiner, he or she will ask some of the topics that different from that familiar type of questions. For example, today we have friends. How often do you go out with friends? I used to go out with friends day to day. On daily basis. I love going out with them, playing pools, playing soccer, tennis, or any kinds of sports activities. But nowadays, as we have our family have a new routine, like we want to stay healthy, and because we have a kid already, so I rarely spend time with my friends nowadays. Only like few times a month or a week to hang out with the friends. Okay, let's move on with the next question. Tell me about your best friend at school. During my secondary school, I have a few best friends, 3 guys in fact, and because we all have a common interest in gaming, especially computer games, and we play FIFA. Is a game that we play soccer on the computers, and we play it on almost every day. We play together on that game, and because of that, our bonds getting much stronger day by day. Yeah, from that activities. Okay, moving on to the next question. How friendly are you with your neighbors? I could consider myself not too friendly, but also not really stay distant apart or separate myself from the neighborhoods. We still say hi, hello, how are you, say some stuff like that, but we not getting close together, like because I think we still prefer to get our own privacies. So that's the reason why we are not really close, but we are friendly to each other. Okay. Next question. Which is more important to you, friends or family? For me, the most important people in my life would be our family members, because we share most of the times with our family members, and in hard time, our families will be the first one who stand up and protect us from any matter in lives. And because of that, family is the most important members part in my life. I would not say that friends are not important, but in comparison between friends and family, I would 100% sure go for family. Alright, moving on to part 2. Describe a writer you would like to meet. you should say who the writer is, what you know about this writer already, what you would like to find out about him or her, and explain why you would like to meet this writer. Okay. So for this part 2 question, you have 1 minute to taking the notes and 2 minutes to describe or tell a story. So I would like to take a few seconds to thinking about this question before telling you about this. Okay, so the writer I would like to share with you today is none other than the author of the book Search Inside Yourself. I really sorry that I could not remember it's correctly the name of the writer, but I'm sure he's from the names that I remember that he's from India, and he works at Google, the big tech companies who have the Google search engine that like most majority of our population using this search engine to search for information online. So why I share this writer with you, because he is one of the technician, one of the engineer, computer science engineer. So his way of thinking is more on scientific elements, based on logical evidence, rather than anything that is unsolved, does not have enough support evidence to support a scientific conclusion. So, however, his writing about the book is about something that psychology, and also about mental, and touch a bit on spiritual elements. And it's the overall theme of the book is about meditation that help individuals to have a better emotional intelligence, better way of communication. And because of his background from tech, from the logical aspect, and he researched about something that is spiritual, so it's really interesting. Then because of that, I would love to visit him to find out more about this spiritual journey that he have been searching for, and also because of his purpose, his goals in life. He tried to making a peaceful world, which is what I also seeking for. And because of that, hence I would love to see him in person, and hopefully we have a chance to talk more about this topic. Alright, let's moving on to part 3. Discussion topics: reading and children. So this is something that's expanded from the part 2 question. What kinds of books are most popular with children in your country? Why do you think that is? Interesting question, and a tough one. The reason is because I'm not so sure about the popular books for children in my country. In fact, my wife did all the buying for my children, so she would know more about this question than I am. However, in my mind, I believe that children like things with pictures and animation. So of course, the book that's most popular for children in general, not only in my country, would be comic books. So the type of comic books that give them the dream that they could not possibly do it in real life, because I think this is because we carving for things that we don't have. And in fact, in my childhood, I also loved the kind of comics books that about superheroes, or fictions comics book about something exceptional. So things like that. Okay, moving on. The next question: why do you think some children do not read books very often? In my belief, books are really lots of words which made us difficult and not engaging when we're reading the books, compared to comics books where there's a lot of pictures and animations that make it more attracting and also more engaging. So for that reason, books are not really are not often read by people in general, and usually, if we need some information nowadays, we can search online. So books became less and less popular in our generation right now. Okay, how do you think? So the next question: how do you think children can be encouraged to read more? I think this is we need to do this to change our children, make it into a habit, make books become more interesting and more engaging, so that the children will love to read more about books. And nowadays we have more technology, we have AI, we have audiobooks. I think that we can make books more engaging, and so that not only by reading but by listening and by watching, the children can learn a lot from the books itself. Okay, so next question, I think about reading for different purposes. Are there any occasions when reading at speed is a useful skill to have? What are they? For sure, reading at fast speed is a very useful skill, because you can obtain information in less time, so you will be more productive and you can learn more things, and in comparison with other people you will have a better advantage for information and for knowledge. So and also in some case that we need to acquire the information quickly enough, so that in the race with the time, so is a very useful skill that someone should have, and someone would be pleasure to have it with. Okay, so moving on the next question: are there any jobs where people need to read a lot? What are they? Straight on top of my mind, when this question's coming up, I'm thinking about authors, because their job is to writing books. Of course, they need to read a lot of books to get their motivation, their inspiration. And the other I would think of is journalists. Of course, they also need to write a lot. So the people that I'm thinking about is the people that who need to produce a lot of writing. So they also require a lot of resources. So therefore they need to read a lot. Okay, moving on to the last question. Do you think that reading novels is more interesting than reading factual books? Why is that? I'm on the fence about this, because this is actually depends on the personal perspective. For some people, novels are much more interesting for them than the factual books, because they find novels as an entertainment, and because of that, novels is much more interesting compared to factual books, where they don't give a touch of feelings inside what they write. In contrast, novels put a lot of emotional, a lot of imagination inside the novels that make it really interesting, really jaw-dropping to read more about. So, however, there are people who love factual information, factual index, factual numbers, because their purpose is to acquire the data for analysis, for study, for researching, and because of that, they would prefer to read factual books. And for them, because they categorize, their priorities are different, so for them factual books are more interesting. For example, Warren Buffett would love to read reports from the companies, and it is interesting for him. Yeah, so this is my thought on this topic.